Okay. All good. Saline was open yesterday, 9 o'clock, so it's still good. Hand over the label. Bring this out a little bit so we don't spill it. Above waist, and I'm going to give it a little lip. And then I'm pouring from about 10 centimetres into my... Good. Okay, I think we're ready. I can do that. Actually, I will quickly do that. I do have my trash can, so I think I'm good. Okay, so put my back to you. When you come closer, feel free. Applying my gloves, just being very careful of where my 1-inch border is. Just with that, I might just move it away a little bit. Step up and back. Doesn't matter, we'll deal with that later. Just want to be very careful of that finger. You went into the wrong one. But we're all good. Okay, now I can move things around. So I can move what I'd like to do. I don't need to use that. I'd like to get my forceps out of the way and over here. I like to put one of these large ones down in the large part of my tray. You'll see why later. I'll come back to those ones. And then I can even separate these out a little bit, just so they're easy to come apart. Okay, so I know that I need at least 4. So I'm going to throw 1, 2, 3, 4. First one, corner to corner, and I'm going to get rid of as much fluid as I can. I've made a few flicks here, so I know now just be careful of this part of the front of my tray, and I'm going to put that down. Second one, again, corner to corner. Third one. How are you doing, Mrs. Smith? Sorry
that I fell asleep for a minute.
Sorry, I have my back to you at the moment.
Hadn't even noticed. It was Tony, wasn't it?
That's right. I'll get this done for you quickly, hopefully, and then get you up for breakfast. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's open this up. You don't need to worry about getting it too flat, just so you can fold it up into a wonton. Okay, Coming over to the wound, I'm starting in the centre of the wound. Just being also very careful with this hand. I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to do a little swirl in the middle. And then I'll drop that. Bring up my second one. And then I'm going to be coming a little bit further out but staying within the wound. Now I'm going to do the outside of the wound, the wound edge. The idea with this is I don't want to contaminate from the skin into the wound. So I'm just going to go around the edge nice and closely to the edge here. Okay. And then my final little swoop around on the other side. Oops. Now what I can do is with this last bit, which is a little bit wet, just add a little bit more moisture to this. Give it a little bit of a ring. Doesn't seem to be much in there. Fold it in on itself. And I've got this larger dumpling. I've done the wound edge, so I come out a little bit wider and I can go all the way around the wound. And then I can start to dry. Following exactly the same technique of how I did my cleansing. Start in the center of the wound. Keep wanting to pick up those blue forceps. Don't do that. And yes, these woven gauze are so much easier to work on the non-woven gauze. So starting at 6 o'clock, going up and around to 12 o'clock. I'll clean up anything I've dropped later. Going to go from the top of the wound and around to 6 o'clock. Now I can pick up my last one here, a big one. Final peri wound. Okay, so everything's been done. My whole wound is now clean. I'm just going to come in a little bit and have a look at the wound. I'm looking at the wound bed and I say it's 100% pink red. There is a little bit of an erythema up on the around the 10 o'clock mark of the peri wound. And I will measure that area as well and add that into my notes. So I'm now going to, in a sense, sacrifice a hand. This is going to be my measuring. I'm going to go for the longest part of the wound. This is pretty circular, so I'm going to come in nice and close. I'm going to use my hand to rest up against the patient's abdomen, and I'm going to measure this out at 3.2 length and 3 for width. I'm also going to measure this erythema at the widest part, and I measure that erythema at exactly 1.2. So 3.2 by 3 by 1.2 for the erythema. I don't want to, my hand is now, because I have touched, I'm just going to get rid of that. And now I can pick up my cover dressing with my sterile hand. I can put this over the top, and now I can touch the outside of the wound. I'm not moving the cover dressing around at all. My tape. (50-50) on the skin and on the dressing. There we go. So we're all done, Mrs. Smith. How are you feeling?
I fell asleep again.
Good. Can I sit you up a little bit before I leave?
I'll just wait till you come back for breakfast.
I just want to make sure that you do have your dressing, your Corbell handy. So we'll make sure that's in place for you. I'm going to sanitize, put those gloves off, and we'll get you nice and comfortable there and reposition everything for you. I don't think I'll put the rope back on. Good, thank you, Fiona. Great. They're down, Corbell in place, patient is comfortable, and cleaning up after myself.